pointer is it is a variable. So first of all, pointer is a variable that references to some location. Okay, so it basically references to something. Okay, to something we can write. Okay, this is pointer. Literal meaning of pointer is that. Now in C programming, pointers can be anything. It can be integer pointer, it can be floating pointer, it can be character pointer. Okay, so when it references something, when the variable references other variable of same type, let us say one integer variable is referencing another integer variable, we can call the first one as pointer. Okay, now what is the need of pointer? Pointer is exceptionally important because if you know pointer better, you can handle memory in a better way, and otherwise you will get every time segmentation fault and all this thing. So if you know pointer, it is very to catch hold of dynamic array, dynamic linked list, and queue, trees, you name it. In data structure, everything is related to pointer. Okay, if you know pointer, you can handle data structure in a more better way. So referencing to an integer will be called integer pointer. If a pointer referencing to integer, it will be called integer pointer. If a pointer referencing to a floating number, it will be called floating pointer. And if it refers to some character, then it will be called a character pointer. So okay, now let us see when you write int I, what exactly happened. When you write int I equal to 5, what are the things happened immediately? You have to know this thing if you want to deal with pointer. So when you write int I equal to 5, that time three things happen. First thing is that you actually naming some variable as integer variable, and that too it is a I. So nomenclature part happened, first thing. Second thing happens that you have assigned here value of I equal to 5. That means 5 value is getting assigned to some place. Okay, we don't know what that place is, but it is assigned. So nomenclature happened, assignment happened. Also with that, the address of, so at point 3, when you write I equal to 5, that means you are also referring to an address, let's say 672890. This is the address of the memory location of a memory location where you have 5, and you have also I over here. So three things happen. First is the nomenclature part, second thing is the address part. Address also recognize that this address, this value 5 will be assigned. So first, second, third, or you can call it first, second, third, that doesn't matter. So here three things happen when you write int I equal to 5 internally, right? Now, so next go to the next part of this lecture. So now you have seen that memory location, which is having I name, nomenclature, some address, let's say 672890, this is the address, and here you are saving some value 5 because you have declared int I equal to 5. So here int I is nothing but a variable. Okay, it is nothing but a integer variable. Fine, it is nothing but integer variable, and here three things immediately happens. So these are the things you should remember, that address part, it is vital, value part, it is again also vital, and nomenclature part, name, it is also important thing. Now you want another variable, let's say another variable is nothing but j, which is also of integer type. Okay, this variable should point to this variable basically. So this variable is actually pointing to the address of this variable I. So this variable, my variable, new variable is j, and it is addressing to this variable. That means it is referencing this variable I. That means j is actually referencing I. That means j is actually pointing towards I. Okay, j is basically pointing towards I, right? This is what happens. So this is called referencing. Now then you will call this j as pointer, and then you have to slightly change it. You have to declare this int j not in this fashion, rather you have to declare it int star j. This is the pointer notation. Then now j becomes a pointer. By this time j has become a pointer, but still j is not pointing to I. Next, what you have to do now in the next phase, if you write that j equal to ampersand I, then j will become a pointer that is pointing to I. So let us redraw this thing again. So what are the stuff we have right now? This is my I, which is having the value 5, and I have written int equal to I equal to 5. That means this is, and then let us say 672890 is the address. So this is address. You have to remember that this is value and this is the name, right? And then here you have another variable which is j. You want j should be pointing to the address of this I, and then j also will be having some address. Let's say 67282895, let's say something. Okay, 2895, and then j also will be having. Now you have done what? You have done j equal to ampersand I. You have done, that means you have remembered this ampersand. Whenever ampersand I refers, that actually means that it is nothing but the address of I. Okay, so address of I is this. So value of j will be nothing but after this incident, that j is equal to ampersand I. After this incident, value of j will be 672890. Now this is the pointer j that is pointing to, this is the pointer j that is pointing to I. Okay, that is pointing to I. This is the pointer j that is pointing to I. So this is called address operator, and this one, so this star is responsible for declaring any variable as a pointer variable. So this is called dereferencing. So this is what the pointer. So basically you have to write like main and then int I, okay, and then int j, and int I equal to, let's say 5, and then int j which is int star j is a integer variable, and then you have j equal to ampersand I. This is enough, and again you have some other logic over here. This is enough to make j as a pointer to a variable I, integer variable I. J is also an integer pointer. So j is basically a integer pointer. Okay, now let us go and write a program and check how this thing happens. So I understood you have understood that what is pointer. So j is basically pointer here, which has the value as the address of I. Okay, now through j you can access the value 5 using this star operator, which is called dereferencing operator. Okay, I hope this pointer concept, this basic concept is clear. Now let us do one program. Let us write one program and we will understand in a better way. So here you see this is the, okay, I'll just so here you see this is the here you see this is the main function. Here I have declared one integer variable I, which is having some address, and this is star j, which is the pointer j. At this point, j is just a pointer. There is just a pointer pointing to nowhere. But when you write j is equal to ampersand I, that time what happened? The address of I, so I equal to, let's say, 5, it has address 44, and when you write j, this is pointing to this address, and when you write j equal to ampersand of I, then value of j become 44, and j is having its own address, let's say 48. Okay, this is I, this is j, so j is pointing towards the address of this. Now printf address of I, it is unsigned, percentage u is for unsigned, so it is printing the address of I, whatever address, and address of I is nothing but j also. Value of j is nothing but address of I, so this is the address of I, let's say the value of j is 44 also. So both the, in these both cases, similar address will be printed, that is the address of I and value of j. If you run it, it has compiled successfully, and then finally if you run this, you see both the cases addresses are same, 64876620, 64876620. So here address of I has been printed in terms of j. Okay, so the value of j, this is nothing but value. You used to print, right, value like this, ABC, so no star, nothing. Here up to that it is printed just the value of j, which is nothing but the address of I. Next, if you print this many, then here you will see that it is actually printing the address of j. Address of j and value of j will be completely different, because j will be having a, so here you can see this is the address of j. Address of j is different, okay, and this is value of j, okay, value j, this is address of I, okay, and this is the value of j, which is again address of I, okay, this is value of j, which is again address of I. So this one is nothing but value of I, so value of I, value of j, sorry, this is value of j, so value of j will be address of I, value of I will be 5, and then here the value of I is this one. So see, this is sorry, so see this one is interesting. So whenever you are writing ampersand I, this just give the address, and then whenever you are writing a star dereferencing operator, it will give the value. Remember that, address and then dereferencing, meaning is that you are going to the address part and you are dereferencing the value with the star operator. So this star operator will extract this out. Okay, so this is value. Similarly, if you write star j, this also will print the value 5, because j is nothing but an address, j, so j is nothing but another pointer which is pointing the address. So if you write star j, it will go inside and it will fetch 5 and it will display. Okay, so let us run this, you will understand in a better way. So first let us compile it. So it has compiled successfully, and then you run it, you see everything has been done properly. So here you see, here first it is address of I, which is some address, and then address of I, which is different way we represent. This is ampersand I, address of I. J also, the value of j is nothing but address of I only. Now address of j, which is the third one, which is different, 687616, which is different, right? And here we are printing the value of j. Value of j obviously will be address of I. Address of I and value of j both are similar. And then fourth point, you are printing the value, and in the fifth section, 1 2 3 4 5, in the fifth section you are printing the value of I, which is nothing but 5. This is 5. Then again, as I said, dereferencing, this is ampersand I, the address of I. If you dereference it, it will give 5. So second part is this. Otherwise you can directly access this thing with star j, which is the pointer itself, the value of this, the pointer that pointing to this, that means star j is also print 5. So I hope you understood. And there is another thing which is called, let us say you have a pointer, you have an integer variable I, and then you have a pointer j, and you have another pointer which is k. So this is pointer to I, this is pointer to j. So this fellow, through this k you can actually get the value 5. Okay, just that you have to write pointer to pointer. So this is pointer chain. So this is pointer to pointer, and this is pointer to I. Okay, this pointer is pointing to j, and j itself is pointing to I. That means this is pointer to pointer. So like that you can create a pointer chain. I hope you understood this concept of pointer. This is a basic pointer concept, and thanks for watching.